Ladies, I'm here to talk to you about something that I've seen, and I wouldn't say it's a trend, but it's something that I've seen, and it's probably a newer phenomenon, and a new trend, something that you've really never seen, said over the last 45 to 50 years. What I'm talking about is essentially women getting tricked out of their position as a wife. And what I mean by that, and the person that I'm thinking of is Tia Mowry. I'm not big on social media. I haven't been on social media a lot. Like most of my social media is brand new outside of Facebook, so I haven't spent a lot of time on social media. But I have kind of followed the Tia Mowry divorce and how she was, she graduated from her marriage and all this craziness. So I'm looking at it, and I already know what the outcome is going to be already, because it's not hard to tell, because these things they almost always end up the same, because it's a thinking error. So it's like having a math problem and you think 2 plus 2 is 5. No matter what you do, you're never going to come up with the right answer as long as the principle of 2 plus 2 being 4 is not the truth in how you're figuring out your equations. So when I say stop getting tricked out of your position, I'm looking at Tia Mowry, clearly a mom, married for 20 some odd years. I don't know, I can't tell you the specifics, but whatever it is, she got involved in an energy that told her that her husband Corey wasn't enough for her. She deserved better. They got together so young that she missed out on all these things, and and her being free will be exactly what she needs at this point in her life to make her feel like a woman, and all this craziness. So she goes on a big TV tour of talking about how she's graduated from her marriage and all these different things, and how things are going to be different, and there's been a while since things weren't correct, and this, that, and a third. So now, after doing all of that, now she's back, basically in the position that everybody knew she would be in, that she allowed herself to be tricked out of. Because that's what it comes down to. You got to be foolish enough to allow other women to trick you out of your position, to put you in the trick bag with them, period. And it's a trick bag, literally. So she made the move she made, thought that once she got out here on the open market, there was going to be all these dudes out here just waiting for her, and that she'd pick up some other well-known actor and millionaire, billionaire who's 700 feet tall and all kinds of stuff. But the real world is not a forgiving place for foolishness. So you get out here in this world of foolishness and expect something good to happen, then you're still the fool. So now she's crying about how she has no dates and her prospects don't look like nothing, and it's worse and it's getting worser and all this stuff. When people try to tell her, this is not what you want. Her husband, he didn't do that. He didn't say a word. He just went on about his business. And I'm going to tell you why. And here's the thing, that you can forget all that. Well, maybe she should just go back to him. And that's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you've been married for a long time, 20 some odd years, for a man, that man has already long ago put in his mind that this is who I'm going to be with forever. His whole thought pattern does not even have anything to do with another woman besides you, period. All the plans he has, it's you. You're in all those plans. So when you do something like this, like hitting with the you're not happy, divorce, and all this kind of stuff, it's devastating, because it essentially kills all the plans that he had set forth mentally and he was working toward for the two of you. That's all over. So he essentially has to try to recalibrate his life when he's with somebody who has merely said, I don't want to be with you anymore, and there's nothing he can do about it. And if you look at, and I happened to see some pictures of them yesterday, and if you look at these pictures, you can clearly see the progression of this. How her face in these pictures are just like, I'm standing here with this man and I can't stand him. And it's probably about 8 or 9 pictures I saw over and over. You could progressively see it. Her disdain for him. He doesn't have that look, but she's got a look of disdain. Okay? So, she executed her plan, and now she's online crying about not having dating prospects. And here's the interesting thing. What the hell, women, would make you think that you can take a man and do what she did to him and then say, well, okay, I was wrong. I want you back. Because that's what I was seeing from women, say, well, maybe she should just go back with him and just, as if he's not a human being. The hell is, you think he's just waiting around to have his heart ripped out and stomped again? Are you serious? Have some kind of common sense. He's not waiting for her because he didn't want to divorce her. It was all her. And after that happens, he realizes that there's nothing he could have done to change that situation. Nothing. When a person wants out, they want out, and there's nothing you can do. And after a betrayal like that, there's no way in hell he would ever trust her again on any circumstances. And after you've been out there in the streets, you were his wife for 20 some odd years, and you get back there in the streets. After you get back in the streets, he doesn't want you, and you're not worth it anymore. What you find is this, and here's the most devastating thing that a lot of these ladies run up against. You go out on your own thinking that you can do better than the man you with. And then you soon find out that you can't. You can't even do as good as him. But the most devastating part about this whole thing is when you realize that he's been on the open market now. So now he knows that you no longer qualify. You no longer qualify for the man you had. Devastating. Because in your mind, you think, well, I had him, I'll be able to get... No. You're back in the group of women who he has no affiliation with. Even if you have kids or whatever, he is not there with you mentally anymore. And he's been on the open market. And now he's looking at you and saying, there's no way. Nope. No. So you put yourself in a position where you don't even qualify for the man that you had. Ladies, please stop getting tricked out of your position, especially in your 40s. Come on now, 40s and 50s, and you getting tricked out of your position. It's foolishness. Take some time to evaluate what you're doing. Look at other people who've done what you're thinking about doing and see if it's worked for anybody.